we have two tropical storms to talk about. There's Dolly in the Caribbean and Cristobal impacting coastal North Carolina. Here's Warren with your tropical update.
Thanks very much, Kristina. Boy, things got busy in a hurry in the western Atlantic. We'd been dealing with Bertha for what seemed forever and a day. Well, it's gone. The last advisory written on it at 11 a.m. this morning by the National Hurricane Center. It has swept northward into the far northern Atlantic, but now we have two storms taking its place, Cristobal and Dolly. Let's get a look at both here. We'll start off by heading to the western part of the Atlantic, and we'll show you that we do see, yes, let's get, there we go, Tropical Storm Cristobal. Now, this was, and we have it updated, excellent, the 5 o'clock advisory just out from the National Hurricane Center. 40 miles south-southwest of Cape Hatteras, that's the center of circulation. Top winds at about 45 miles an hour. Moving off to the northeast at 8 miles an hour. Central pressure 1,007 millibars. And that system now, with the movement now going northeastward, they've started to chop away a bit more at the southern extent of the tropical storm warning area. Let's look at the situation on satellite, and there we see it's still bubbling up. Now, we have seen an increase in thunderstorms on the southern flank of the storm system, and we can show that a little bit better as we go to the radar picture. And you notice we are seeing a little more activity out far to the south and east of Wilmington, really starting to see the thunderstorms pick up, but not seeing that on the landward side, and that's some great news. Winds have not been all that strong, but seeing the increased surf and certainly some heavy rains in spots. Now, with the motion progressing again to the northeast, National Hurricane Center has felt that they can now chop a little more off the southern end of the watch. So the new watch, Surf City up to Cape Lookout, the watch has been taken out, and now the watch extends, or rather the warning, the tropical storm warning extends from Cape Lookout up to the North Carolina-Virginia border. And the reason why they're able to chop off some of that southern extent is because this thing is forecast to continue out to the north and east and head out perhaps toward Nova Scotia in several days, perhaps a glancing effect on the outer Cape and on Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard. Now, Tropical Storm Dolly sprung into existence from a very vigorous tropical wave this morning at 11 p.m.'s advisory. Right now, as of the 2 p.m. advisory, we're still waiting for the 5 p.m. to come out. It was centered about 200 miles southwest, or southeast rather, of Cozumel, and tracking off to the northwest at 15 miles an hour. Top winds of 45 miles an hour, and it has proven to be a fairly vigorous storm, but it's running out of time to strengthen before it hits the Yucatan Peninsula, but then we think it will cross over the Yucatan and then make its way to the Gulf of Mexico. Here's the current warnings, or at least the warnings we had as of 2 p.m. Again, we're waiting for the next advisory to come out from the Mexican border with Honduras around to Campeche. That's where the tropical storm warning is in effect. Tropical storm watches south of the Mexican border down to Belize City. All right, how about now the projected path of Tropical Storm Dolly? Again, we think it will cross over the Yucatan Peninsula over the course of the overnight, and by Monday into the afternoon, be emerging into the Gulf of Mexico. Please be wary of what's going on with Dolly as we get it into the Gulf of Mexico during the course of the coming week.